Eyewitness News is everywhere. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening to you. I'm Al Terzi.
And I'm Denise. Get ready to pay more for your electricity, perhaps a lot more.
Connecticut Light and Power is now asking for a double-digit increase, and Eyewitness News reporter Dan Kane has the details.
Customers of Connecticut Light and Power, already reeling from increased costs for everything from gas to groceries, will have to handle another bump in the family budget, a whopping 16.7% increase in the cost of electricity.
All but 1% of what we're proposing is passed through us. It reflects the increased price for electricity that we got from suppliers through a competitive process and a federal mandate. We don't determine what the price of electricity is, nor do we set federal policy.
If you think CL&P is getting a windfall from all of this, that's not the case. The 16.7 breaks down to 1% to CL&P, 10.8% to their suppliers to cover the dramatic increases in the cost of oil and natural gas to generate power, and 4.9% for federal mandates related to the transmission congestion in southwestern Connecticut.
The southwestern part of the state has an inadequate transmission system. The lines to bring in electricity from elsewhere are inadequate to meet the growing demand down there. What we've proposed and what the federal government is trying to incent are the construction of new transmission lines or new power plants by increasing a tax, so to speak, for electricity into that part of the state. Something we do not have any control over, yet we have to impose on our customers and then pass those funds along to ISO New England, the operators of the regional grid.
Because this is an adjustment and not a standard rate case, there's little the State Department of Public Utility Control can do other than check the numbers and the bid process, and if everything is in order, okay it. The new rates would go into effect January 1st. Dan Kane, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
And CL&P's rate hike request was immediately criticized by Governor Jody Rell. She's calling it outrageous, and she said she is going to direct the Office of Consumer Counsel to oppose that request.
Now, Governor Rell has been on the job for only 4.5 months, but already she's making history. A new poll by Quinnipiac University shows she has the highest approval rating of any governor in the country the university has ever polled. The poll shows Mrs. Rell's approval at 80%. And what's notable for Democrats hoping to win in 2006, 76% of the Democrats polled in this survey approve of the job she's doing. Coming up at 6, we'll take a look at what the poll found about Democrats hoping to run for governor. Tonight, relatives of 2 people shot to death in Bridgeport are searching for answers. It happened last night on Lenox Avenue. One man has been arrested and charged with capital murder. 45-year-old Luis Perez. Police say Perez had an argument with his girlfriend, 22-year-old Yanelis Gonzalez. She drove off to her brother's home on Lenox Avenue, and there police say Perez shot and killed Gonzalez's brother, 27-year-old Roberto Hernandez. They say Perez also killed a 24-year-old woman.
Why? That's her. She didn't deserve that. He killed somebody innocent, somebody sweet, somebody that had a good heart. She did anything for anybody.
Yanelis Gonzalez was not hurt.
Now the developments in Iraq. To take a look at what's been discovered as U.S. forces patrol Fallujah, the hotbed for insurgents. They've rounded up large stockpiles of weapons. U.S. Marines search between 20 and 50 houses a day, and they say 80% of these houses have weapons hidden inside. Meanwhile, another large-scale military assault is underway in Iraq, this time south of Baghdad. Okay, well, we didn't know that.
Today, family and friends of a hometown hero from Connecticut will be saying goodbye. 23-year-old Marine Corporal Kevin Jack Dempsey of Monroe was killed in Iraq on November 13th. A wake is being held today at Gallagher's Funeral Home in Greenwich until 9 o'clock tonight. The funeral service is tomorrow. Dempsey's body arrived in Greenwich yesterday from Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. His mother was presented with the Purple Heart.
Tonight, after spending almost 2 decades as the anchor of the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather has now called it quits. We'll tell you what was behind this decision. Also, a popular medication used to treat depression. It could cause major health problems.
And we're live in Goodwin Park, where it is very dark now, but we're going to flip the switch coming up on the Holiday Light Fantasia. We'll have that in just a few minutes.
Special touch that can calm mood swings, ease hot flashes, and smooth menopause. Tonight at 11. This is WFSB, Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5. Eyewitness News. It's everywhere.
Well, there's big news tonight from the anchor desk at the CBS Evening News. How about that headline? Rather retiring. Well, there's more to the story. Dan Rather has announced he's going to be leaving his anchor job next March, but he'll remain with the network working full-time.
Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening.
His name, the trademark of the CBS Evening News for nearly a quarter century. Now, he's going to work full-time for 60 Minutes as a correspondent. In a statement, Rather said, quote, "I have always been and remain a hard news investigative reporter at heart. I now look forward to pouring my heart into that kind of reporting full-time." Rather, who's 73, says he had met with CBS executives last summer and talked about leaving the anchor desk, and they agreed a post-election departure would be best.
This is the CBS Evening News.
And Rather will leave his post on March 9th, 24 years to the day he took over for Walter Cronkite. In the intervening years, Rather became known both for his hard news edge and his folksy Texan manners.
This presidential race has been, it's been cracking like a hickory fire for at least the last hour and a half to 2 hours.
Away from the anchor desk, Rather has weathered hurricanes, landed exclusive interviews with world leaders, and in his early days bore the wrath of security guards at the turbulent 1968 Democratic National Convention. Rather faced a storm of criticism when he walked off the CBS set after a tennis match ran over and into his broadcast time. And more recently, Rather has been under fire for his role in a controversial story about President Bush's National Guard service.